What's up, guys? Motonosity here. I've had a lot of questions about this, and I figured it'd be useful to go over exactly how to get your motorcycle license. Now, I live in Texas, and I'm going to go over how to get your license generally in all the states of the US, as well as the UK and Canada, because those are the other top two locations that I know a lot of you are from. So I'll go over those as well. The US is a little bit complicated because all the states have their own requirements. It's not set across the entire US. Each state is a little different, but more or less they are generally the same. In the US, it's usually anywhere between 14 and 16 is when you can first get a license for riding a motorcycle. Initially, you're going to usually have a permit if you are younger than 16, but that varies state to state. In Texas, if you are under 16, you can first get a permit when you are, or you can first get your motorcycle license at 15, and you're limited to 250cc until you are 16. To get your license, you are, no matter what state, it's generally going to consist of, what is this? Bikers. It's generally going to consist of a written test, which is just going to be answering questions about motorcycle theory, and a riding test. Now, if you are generally, it varies between, say, 18 and 21. If you're under that age, you must take the MSF course. Now, this isn't in every state, but generally you're going to have to take the MSF course if you're under 18 or 21. And then do a driving test. If you're over that age, the MSF course is usually optional, but it will get you out of having to do the riding test. So, for example, in Texas, I took the MSF course, took that certificate to the DMV, took the written test, and got my license. Now, there's a few other things you need. You need proof of insurance and registration on your vehicle. You need identification to prove who you are. You need, it varies state to state, but you may need a driver's license, just regular car driver's license first. But that's generally it. A written test, a riding test, an MSF course if you are under 18 or 21, or if you want to avoid taking the riding test, and then proof of insurance and registration. So that is generally how it is state to state. Again, it varies between when you can first get a permit, when you can get a license, what kind of restrictions there are depending on your age, whether you need to take the MSF course. Some states have their own courses that they want you to take rather than MSF. But those are the general guidelines for the US, state to state, for how to get your motorcycle license. So be sure to check what it is exactly for your state, but that should be what you should be ready for if you want to get your motorcycle license in the US. In the UK, the process is similar, but more restricted and longer. So, to start out, you're going to get a provisional license. This is basically a permit. And this is going to be either on its own, or it comes attached to your driver's license when you get it. It will give you the ability to learn on a motorcycle of 125cc or less. So you're going to be restricted in that sense. You can't ride on motorways. You can't ride with passengers. So it's basically just you have permission to learn. Then you're going to take the CBT test, which is the compulsory basic training test, I believe. And it's basically the MSF course, but for the UK. So upon completing this, you are able to ride 125cc on the roads. It's valid for ride it for on motorways, 125cc. Just like the US, after completing this, you're going to take a written test. And after taking the written test, you are going to take the take a practical test, which is going to be having to do with actual riding. So it's split up into two modules. The first one is off-road and the second one is on-road. And upon completing these, which have to be completed within 2 years of completing your CBT, after you complete the knowledge or the written and the practical, you will hold on to these for 2 years. This gives you unrestricted riding on 125cc or less. After 2 years, you can get your full license. This is one of my least favorite lights. So 2 years. 2 years and you've got your full license. After 2 years after, if you're under 21, 2 years after having your full license, you can get unrestricted riding on any power bike, not just restricted to, I believe it's power, so 125cc or 33 horsepower, and then after that you are unrestricted, unless you hit 21 years of age, and then you can take a direct access test and be able to ride any power you want. But it's CBT, written and practical, 2 years, then get your full. 2 years after that, get unrestricted on any power bike. And to initially get your motorcycle license, you have to be 17. So, or that provisional license. Canada is sort of a cross between the UK and the US. It's very simple like the US. It has some delays or time periods like the UK. But it's very short. So you will apply, or rather take a knowledge test, basically just written test, get your learner's permit, or learner's permit. 14 days after that, you can take a skills test, which is basically a riding test at low speed in like parking lot. After passing that, after 30 days, you can get your license, and you have to be 16 to do this. So, US, it's 14 to 16. Canada at 16, UK at 17, and that's how you get your license. I will be doing separate videos on each of these, including all different US states and exactly what the requirements are. Over the course of time I'll be doing those, so if you want exact instructions you can stay tuned for that. Obviously it'll take a while for me to get through all of those, but yeah. Videos every Thursday. Be sure to like this, comment if you have any questions, hit subscribe so you can get all my videos, and have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you in the next video.